Our final production is by Evan Winchester. He's a writer and editor who this May, completed an MFA in creative writing at San Francisco State University with an emphasis in prose. He makes theater and film with Piano Fight, a great company based in San Francisco. He majored in integrative biology at UC Berkeley and has worked as a researcher and writer for the California State Parks. He lives in Oakland. His website is evanwinchester.wordpress.com. His story tonight is called Press Release. It is read by Charlotte Speck and Gillian Eichenberger. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte Speck and Gillian Eichenberger reading Press Release by Evan Winchester, our final production of the night.
Thank you, Evan. Wherever you are. Is it okay if we sit on this? Do you mind? We won't lean back and die.
Yeah, you're careful.
Ball backs. You got enough light?
Yeah.
Just make sure both mics are working.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Testing.
Neither of them, huh?
Jenny?
Yeah.
We're having a mic issue.
Push the button.
Hello.
I did.
No, yeah, just keep talking into that thing.
This is the evening that we are
All outside. Hello, everyone. Hello there. Woo! Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Luckily, I'm so cold, I'll be shaking. You won't know if I'm nervous or not.
Jimmy again, ladies and gentlemen.
On that side of the conference table sits Courtney Bides. Her clean canteen has the iconic print of planet Earth. Her briefcase is on the table and popped open. It is empty of paper. The papers are spread alluvially over her end of the table. Earlier today, 8 people had sat at this table where they had discussed. Now Courtney Bides capitalizes on their absence. She leans back in her chair with her hands behind her neck so she can relax. The back of her chair is like the lobe of a large cactus. A quick survey of the tabletop. Newspaper clippings, pens, pencils, a staple remover, the Cetacean fact file, a 3-ring binder with brightly covered images of dolphins, whales, porpoises, etc. Their ilk. At Courtney Bides' end, a coffee warmer whose cord runs to a wall outlet. Courtney Bides had been number 20 of 20 in the 2006 Office White Elephant Gift Exchange, and she had taken a hot plate from number 9, whoever that had been. It had been Elise Awad.
Elise Awad is at the other end of the coffee table. She has a cup of coffee too. A thermometer in each of our coffee cups would show that my coffee was hotter than Elise's by 7 degrees. Not very much, you would think. 2 years ago, Elise had never purchased her own heating pad. A fact that 2 years ago at the White Elephant Gift Exchange would have surprised everyone. To the matter at hand, the press release should read, "This was a very rare, unfortunate incident."
Rare, unfortunate incident. That's good.
Good?
It's good.
Good doesn't sound as good when you say it.
I don't like Courtney Bides. One day, however, I will ask her for a raise. On that day, I will lay out my request cleanly and rationally. I'm already indispensable, but timing is like a knife. I will not fawn. I'll lay it out, and I'll mean it. I will ask respectfully, and my salary will increase, and no one will feel taken advantage of. What do you think of rearranging it? Like a very unfortunate, rare incident.
Isn't that what I said?
It wasn't. You said rare, unfortunate incident. If we put rare second, it emphasizes that it was a freak accident. It makes SeaWorld seem better.
Takes a stronger stance.
Takes a much stronger stance.
Less apologetic. Okay, good.
Courtney sips her coffee.
One more thing. It should read, very unfortunate, very rare situation.
So we're repeating very.
Is that a problem?
No, it's a choice.
It is a choice.
It's fine. Let's keep it.
I think the emphasis is appropriate. I mean, this is an extreme situation.
Very extreme.
I don't like Elise Awad. She thinks that I don't notice, but she often makes faint adjustments to her glasses and smooths out strands of her hair from her temples when I'm speaking to her. She has a very serious mouth, faint acne scars, and a tight ponytail. She's 31 and wears thick gold-framed glasses. She never tells me about anything she's genuinely interested in. She's very good at her job. Very smart. I don't know what her real passion is. It isn't her work. She doesn't accept that even though she doesn't like her job, she has the ability to teach people things and help people and communicate with people, but she chooses not to. Someday, she'll ask me for a raise, and I will promote her.
So we've got our statements. Now we need to review protocol.
Yeah, we don't need to review protocol.
What do you mean?
I mean, we can review it a little, but the training protocol's fine.
Do we know that it's fine?
Essentially, the protocol is fine. Very unfortunate, very rare situation.
Well, earlier in the statement, we made a pledge to review our dolphin training protocol.
So we're making pledges now.
It was a public statement.
Sure. Okay, yeah, we'll review protocol tomorrow. I'll put someone on it.
So we have protocol on file.
I'm sure we do. Everything's on file.
So you'll check the files tomorrow.
Sometimes Elise forgets that she works for me, essentially. I'll check the files. The training protocol is either in our general file or it's at C-Desk. Either way, the protocol's there. Once we find it, we can review it. It's that simple.
That's good.
That's good.
The only thing to think
Oh my
about...
God, for Christ's sake.
The only thing is to make sure whatever training manual they have there at C-Desk is in line with the actual protocol. Who knows what they're actually using as guidelines at C-Desk? We have to make sure the official protocol is being carried out. God, protocol. Do you ever think sometimes I feel like all we talk about is protocol? Do you ever get that feeling?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, let's get back to basics here. Here's a new press release. The other day, 2 dolphins jumped out of the water during an exposition. Midair, they collided. One of the dolphins died. Sharky, who was 30 years old. Dead.
Fatally struck.
A 30-something dolphin.
Sharky was 30. Don't romanticize it.
They collided midair. Midair!
Mm-hmm.
Sharky died for entertainment.
You know, Sunday's narcopsy results came back, and the exact cause of death was ultimately unknown.
What?
I'm saying that the cause of death was not immediately known.
So you're saying... Wait, what are you saying? Like, maybe it had a seizure, heart attack? Maybe it herniated coincidentally?
All I'm saying is that we don't know what killed it. Not really.
That's very abstract of you.
I'm trying to make a point. You're not thinking like SeaWorld. You're thinking like a human brain. Cut that out. Obviously, we need to add this new fact into the statement. A necropsy was performed on Sunday, which results suggested that the immediate cause of death was unknown.
Which results suggest...
God! I'm embarrassed I hadn't brought this up earlier. See, we get so steeped up in details. What comes first? Very rare incident. Very unfortunate incident. Obviously, it was both. But we lose sight of the big picture. We don't even know what immediately killed the animal.
Well, we know.
But we don't know. We don't really know.
Let me see that report.
We haven't written it yet.
Not our report, the necropsy.
I peered at Elise. Long and hard. Long and hard. And I found nothing. I scanned the desk for the report, and I handed it to her. Well, here's the facts.
The exact cause of death is not known.
We don't know.
Exact. We know the cause of death was dolphin-oriented.
Yeah?
Dolphin-centric, even.
I think we're not disagreeing, Elise. Not really, not if you look closely.
Courtney sipped her coffee. And when the mug came away, she was smiling slyly.
Dolphin-oriented. You have to admit it was a funny situation. We were struck by it, a funny situation we were in.
This is a fucked situation. I mean, what in the fuck?
Well, I'm glad the other dolphin's okay.
Is it?
It's doing fine, we're monitoring it, but it's showing no signs of death so far.
That's good.
It is good.
That fucking murderer.
Come on.
I mean, how does one dolphin die in midair and the other emerge totally unhurt?
For the first time, it was like Elise was showing me something.
Did it keep doing tricks after for the crowd? They say dolphins are so smart, like they blow bubble rings and swim through them. They save surfers, sing songs for each other.
Okay, I don't know. Let's get back on track here.
Maybe it was a mercy killing.
What?
Here they are, 2 dolphins, trained together, live their whole lives in captivity, jumping through hoops. I know I'd be depressed. Then Bob decides to give Sharky the greatest gift of all.
The greatest gift of all?
That's right. You know what I'm talking about.
Do I?
Death.
You're a very dark person, aren't you, Elise?
I'm not a dark person, I'm just saying. One dolphin got annihilated and the other was unhurt. Maybe they had an agreement.
That's very dark.
I'm not a particularly dark person, I just happened to be born during a very dark time.
This isn't the Dark Ages.
Not exactly.
All right, let's finish this report. It's getting late.
It's not the Dark Ages, but it might as well be, you know. It's not looking so rosy. When I got a job here, it was because I wanted to work with animals. I liked animals, right? But the animals are fucked! Institutionally fucked. The system is set up that way, to fuck them. And you only realize it once it's too late. Once you've already in the middle of it. Smack dab in the dead center of a giant dolphin fucking machine.
What are you even talking about?
A lot of people are happy. I get that. But that's just, there's just all these impossible problems.
Well, you know, I guess I picked the wrong business then. I guess that I shouldn't try and do any good or teach anybody about ecosystems or animals or wildlife or anything. I guess it's high time that I retired.
High time? That's so funny you say that. Have you ever read Marcel Proust? Remembrance of Things Past? No?
Parts of it.
There's this one line I'll never forget. The narrator says, "It was high time I left Paris." High time. How sad, right? High time. It had that feeling like a time that has passed you by without you even realizing it. Scary enough. I loved that line. But then, get this. I gave that copy away. I forgot why. I gave it to a friend. Then when I went to buy a new copy for myself, I read it again, and I get to the part where it's high time I left Paris. But in this translation, it says, "It's time I left Paris." Not high time, just time. And this translation is better. I checked the French. It's things like that that make me wonder. Maybe the translator was running Proust better than Proust, you know? Because high time is so sad. It's perfect.
Or maybe it was just a mistake.
No, it's perfect. High time you retired. It is high time you retired. But tomorrow you review the protocol. Protocol review first. All right, come on. Come on. Hey, let's write this thing.
We finished writing the protocol. It's hard to say if it even mattered, though. The next day, something very odd happened. I had gone to the pier where my boat was docked at the end of a private dock there, and I took it out into the ocean, not far, to go fishing. It was summertime, and it was something that I did after work when the weather was right. I was on the boat when it happened. From shore, they could see it. Everyone could see it. A tumult in the waves. That's what one of them called it afterwards. A tumult. It was all at once. It came to every part of the water at once. I mean, there wasn't any warning. It was as if all the water had reversed, but it hadn't reversed. I was on the boat. The water shuddered. And you could see the pellets that we used on the water shuddering on the surface of the waves, and then all the water changed. It was like a cat's fur pet backwards into white caps. but everywhere at once. And they were on the shore when they saw it. There were so many of them watching on the shore, but I was on the boat. And the surfacing was a roar. Nobody knew why. From the shore you could see it. The tide had retracted 9 feet, they say. Some of the boats were 9 feet long, and that's exactly how far away the water went from the shore. And everything in the ocean came up. Every animal went up into the air, but like all of everything, everything living in the ocean is made of only that sort of thing. Jellyfish, huge fish. A huge fish blocked the sun, and it was bright orange outline in its black body, and everywhere there was orange diamonds of water. And there were terrific green slugs like ivy climbing in the sky now. Red claws were tangled up in it. I mean, you could see them still flexing the meat of their claws. And the smell of the salt, and the flesh, and the dying, it was overpowering. And the jellies came up, castments of jellies whose school had got caught together. Starfish came up squirting. Water lanced off the backs of the rimmers, bent like L shapes, and the water was coming from the whales moved like it was slower than the rest of the water, and the whales were further from me, thank God. Undulating and heaving. Blasting water, sea cumbers came up, twisting. And you could see the alien black fish too, but they were blind with milk instead of eyes. And at that time, what could I think? I mean, where could I have been but there? And now, what can I think? And what would it have been like for those fish? All of a sudden, low pressure and blinding sun. And what could it have been like for them on shore when the dying off started? That they started dying as soon as they left the water. And that some didn't die on impact, but they were just injured terribly. As if the collisions were planned for maximum damage. And if they'd come up, as if they'd come up in pairs with each other. And what could that have been like, seeing that from the shore? I was on the boat. I was on the boat.
Press release by Evan Winchester, performed by Charlotte Speck and Gillian Eichenberger.